Hello friends, today we are here with our 7th chapter, that is Print, Culture and the Modern World. So friend, in this video we will discuss on the first printed books, print come to Europe, the print revolution and its impact, and the reading mania. So friends, let's move ahead and start our discussion with the first printed books. Friend, the very first thing that in this video, we will look the development of print from its beginning in East Asia to its expansion in Europe and in India. And we will also try to understand the impact of spread of technology and consider how social lives and culture changed with the coming of print. So friends, let's start with the first printed book. Friend, the earliest kind of print technology was developed in China, Japan and Korea. Friend, this was a system of hand printing, and from AD 594 onwards, books in China were printed by rubbing paper against the inked surface of wood blocks. Now friends, let's move ahead and continue our discussion on the first printed books. Friend, the traditional Chinese accordion book was folded and stitched at the side. Friend, China possessed a huge bureaucratic system जिसके लिए सिविल सर्विस की एग्जाम जरूरी होती थी, and textbooks for this examination were printed in vast number under the sponsorship of imperial state. And friend, 16th century के बाद ये जो number of examination या number of जो candidate थे, they went up, or you can say they increased. So accordingly, the volume of print also increased. And friend, by 17th century, the uses of print diversified. And it was all because of the blooming of urban culture in China. Friends, Western printing techniques and the mechanical presses were imported in 19th century, and Shanghai became the hub of new printing culture. And friend, अब वो हैंड प्रिंटिंग से ग्रेजुअली मैकेनिकल प्रिंटिंग पे शिफ्ट होने लगे. Now friends, let's move ahead and now we will continue our discussion with the first printed book. Now we will talk about print in Japan. My dear friend, Buddhist missionary from China introduced hand printing technology into Japan around AD 768 and 770. Friend, the oldest Japanese book printed in AD 868 is the Buddhist Diamond Sutra, and this book contained 6 sheets of text and woodcut illustrations. Friend, pictures were printed on the textile, playing card and paper money. Now friends, let's move ahead and now we will discuss on print come to Europe. Friends, जैसा कि हम जानते हैं, silk and spices from China flowed into Europe through the Silk Route. और friend, same इसी route से the Chinese paper reached Europe. And friend, it happened in 11th century. Friend, in 1295, Marco Polo, a great explorer, returned to Italy from China and brought printing knowledge back with him. जिसके कारण से क्या हुआ कि now Italian also began producing book with wood blocks, and बहुत जल्दी ही this technology spread to other part of Europe also. Friend, जो लग्जरी एडिशंस थे वो अभी भी हैंड रिटन थे on very expensive vellum which was only meant for aristocratic circle and for rich people. Now friends, let's move ahead and continue our discussion with print comes to Europe. फ्रेंड, जैसे जैसे बुक्स की डिमांड बढ़ती गई, बुक सेलर ऑल ओवर द यूरोप स्टार्टेड एक्सपोर्टिंग बुक्स टू मेनी कंट्रीज और यहाँ तक कि अलग अलग जगह पे बुक फेयर भी लगने लगे. फ्रेंड, but the production of handwritten manuscript could not satisfy the ever increasing demand for books. क्यों? क्योंकि इसकी कॉपिंग वॉज वेरी एक्सपेंसिव और इनफैक्ट लेबोरियस एंड टाइम कंज्यूमिंग बिजनेस. फ्रेंड, in 1430s, John Gutenberg invented new printing technology by developing first known printing press at Starburg, Germany. Now friends, let's move ahead and continue our discussion with print comes to Europe. Friends, now we will talk about Gutenberg and printing press. Friend, the very first book जो Gutenberg प्रिंट किए थे that was Bible और इसकी 180 कॉपीज बनी थी which almost took 3 years to complete. Friend, in 100 years, I mean to say between 1450 to 1550, printing press were set up in most of the countries of Europe. Now friends, let's move ahead and now we will discuss on the print revolution and its impact. So friends, we will start with a new reading public. Friend, with the printing press, a new reading public emerged. Printing reduced the cost, time and labor required to produce each book. जिसके कारण से क्या हुआ कि अब किसी भी बुक की मल्टीपल कॉपीज विदाउट वेरी मच डिफिकल्टी आराम से प्रोड्यूस किए जाने लगे. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस द मार्केट बिकम्स फ्लडेड विथ बुक्स. फ्रेंड्स, अब क्या था कि बुक्स सभी के लिए अवेलेबल होने लगे. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इट क्रिएटेड अ न्यू कल्चर ऑफ रीडिंग. जो कि पहले क्या होता था कि रीडिंग वॉज ओनली रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू द इलाइट्स और यू कैन से प्रीमियम क्लास. फ्रेंड, कॉमन पीपल लिव्ड इन द वर्ल्ड ऑफ ओरल कल्चर और जहां पे क्या होता था कि ओरल कल्चर entered print and print material was orally transmitted. और ये कैसे होता था तो people collectively used to hear stories or see a performance. Now friends, let's move ahead and continue our discussion on the print revolution and its impacts. And now we will talk about religious debate and the fear of print. Friend, print created the possibilities of wide circulation of ideas. And friend, it also introduced a new world of debate and discussion. Friend, अभी तक even those who disagree with the establishment authorities could now print and circulate their ideas. And through the printed masses, they could persuade the people to think differently and move them to the action. जिसके कारण से क्या हुआ कि now there was fear that the authority of valuable literature would be destroyed because ये माना जाने लगा कि if there will be no control over what is printed and read, then rebellious and irreligious thought might spread throughout the society and it will result in the destruction of valuable literature. Friends, now let's move ahead and continue our discussion with the print revolution and its impact. Now we will talk about print and dissent. Friend, print and popular religion literature stimulated many distinctive individual interpretation of faith even among the little educated working people, such as Menokiko reinterpreted the masses of Bible and formulated a view of God and creation that enraged the Roman Catholic Church. Now friends, let's move ahead and now we will discuss on the reading mania. Friend, through the 17th and 18th century, literacy rate went up in most part of the Europe, and by the end of 18th century in some part of Europe, literacy rate was between 60 to 80%. Friend, in England, penny chapbooks were carried by petty peddlers known as chapmen, and it was sold for a penny so that even the poor could buy them. Friend, in France, bibliothèque bleue were the low-priced small book printed on poor quality paper and bound in cheap blue covers. Friends, now newspaper and journal carries various information, or you can say the information about war and trade as well as news of development in other places. So friends, now let's move ahead and we will continue our discussion on the reading mania. And now we will discuss on print culture and the French Revolution. Friend, print culture created the condition within which French Revolution occurred. So friend, during this time, mainly three types of arguments have been usually put forward. The first were print popularized the idea of Enlightenment thinkers, and collectively their writing provided a critical commentary on tradition and superstition. Friend, they argued for the rule of reason rather than custom and demanded that everything should be judged through the application of reason and rationality. So friend, now the second argument was print created a new culture of dialogue and debate. Friend, all values, norms and institutions were re-evaluated and discussed by a public that has become aware of their power of reason and recognized the need to be question existing ideas and belief. And the third arguments were by the 70s, literature mocked the royalty and criticized the existing social order. Now friends, let's move ahead and discuss what we have learned in this video. So friend, in this video, we have learnt about the first printed books, print comes to Europe, the print revolution and its impact, the reading mania, and the reference is History Class 10 textbook. And friend, in next video, we will discuss on the 19th century, India and the world of print, religious reform and public debates, new form of publication, print, censorship. Till then, thank you.